I've been thinking about non-fungible tokens. In my previous video, Valuing the Void, I mused about the concept of digital ownership, specifically the private ownership of video games and digital experiences. It was prompted by Christie's auction of Marina Abramovic's The Life, an augmented reality piece, the first of its kind to go to auction. Abramovic's name holds quite a bit of weight in the art world, so in spite of the work's medium, and critical reception at that, there was a good chance it would sell. And on October 22nd, it did, for £287,500. What makes this event significant is that it has put value to the absolute ownership of a digital experience, not just the hardware or software, but the package, exclusively. The Life was purchased by a foundation, an institution, not an anonymous private collector. As such, the Life isn't likely to disappear into some vault not to be seen for decades, though keep in mind, that was a real possibility. Before going full on into the concept of digital ownership in the video game world, there is another avenue I need to revisit. In my previous video, I briefly tabled some of the challenges the art market faced both in terms of tangibility and practicality. Turns out I was a bit behind the times. Earlier this year, I attended Art FinTech 2.0, a conference dedicated to the blossoming crypto-fueled online art market. Using Ethereum, the digital art market has become a viable reality. Non-fungible tokens allow creators to sell unique, digitally minted works, in turn allowing buyers to collect in private or share via digital galleries. During the conference, artist Paul McCarthy said gaming was leading the way in terms of VR, and artists were still playing around with it. Digital rights management, too, is nothing new to the games industry. However, up to this point, it's largely been managed by the distributors and publishers, locking content into DRM framework. Here, I think, is where things could turn around for the better, and where the art market may just be ahead of the gaming industry. Take a platform like itch.io. It's a marketplace for developers to experiment and create wholly original content, connect with their audience, and set their own price tag. What if we applied an NFT framework to this concept? What if creators sold digitally minted games? Buyers could, in turn, truly collect a digital experience, supporting the creator with potentially a lot more money in exchange for ownership of their unique experience. It may seem odd to suggest a developer sell 10, 5, or 1 copy of their production for a larger sum, but the fact is we are in a digital world and we already own a lot of digital content. The digital marketplace is coming, and gaming could be the front where we make a stand and make digital ownership work for the consumer. Just like artworks get scooped up at auction by anonymous buyers, the digital marketplace could allow collectors to snatch up unique gaming experiences, sharing and displaying, or playing as they wished. I know the idea of locking content away is something gamers aren't fond of, and for good reason with how big publishers have treated things like DLC in the past. However, this suggestion is more aimed at independent developers and those looking to sell digital experiences, whether in the shape of a more or less traditional game, or in a format like AR or VR. It could elevate digital art, bonding the audience and creator, moving from tip jar sales to NFT ownership. It's not like Activision is going to put a cap on the number of COD copies they can sell in order to inflate the price. Cosmetics, maybe, we've seen plenty of that loot box scumming in the past few years. But a single creator whose short and experimental work doesn't have much of a chance of standing out on platforms like Steam, even if featured by a YouTuber or celebrity streamer, could have a chance at making a living, or at the very least getting some recognition, by limiting their product to a handful of copies on the blockchain. Just maybe, as a result, the whole medium of digital interactive media, games included, could be elevated. Take Erdorf's Earl's Day Off. While the horror and fishing genres have a dedicated following, the subgenre of horror fishing is a bit more niche. Collectors want niche. They want to show it off, hang it on their digital wall, put it in their digital vault, or flip it at auction, letting other like-minded collectors enjoy the work. Most of us already own quite a bit of digital real estate, whether we think of it like that or not. Locking this data into the blockchain wouldn't hinder consumers, rather it could empower them and give up-and-coming creators a shot at recognition. Real, recognized, and shareable ownership of digital media is the way forward, and while gaming may be leading in tech and scummy business practices, it's lagging here. Independent platforms and creators have a chance to play catch-up with the art world and revolutionize the market for a new generation of digitally focused collectors and artists alike.